Thank you for tuning in. One of the things I have been doing online is sharing information about when the start of the biblical months are, and even the names of them. We've been influenced a lot by teachers that have given us misinformation. Typical names of the months as introduced by those in Judaism, I found out, really aren't correct. And I don't wish to bash those people, and I'm not going to name them, it doesn't matter. What I want to present is the names that Scripture gives us. The Gregorian calendar is a man-made calendar, as most of us know. It's not based on the biblical calendar. However, Elohim's calendar as revealed in Scripture is the true calendar and quite different from man's calendar. Typically, the names of the months are numbered, not labeled with pagan names as man's calendar is. I'm going to go back a month to the 7th biblical month, and I posted this on my website, which is the month of Ethanim. Now, a lot of people have viewed it as being the month of Tishri, or however you want to pronounce that. Judaism teaches this. But in 1 Kings 8:2, it says, "All the men of Israel assembled themselves to King Solomon at the feast in the month of Ethanim, which is the 7th month." On September 23, 2025, in the evening, the new moon was sighted, which made September 24, 2025, the first day of Ethanim, or the 7th biblical month. Just recently, we had the start of the 8th biblical month, which is called Bul, or pronounced Bul, spelled B-U-L in English. This is not called Chesvan, or Hesvan, or Mar Chesvan, as Judaism states. In 1 Kings 6:38 from the TLV, it says, "And in the 11th year, in the month of Bul, the house was completed in all its parts according to all its details, so he was 7 years building it." So it shows us in the month of Bul, which is the 8th month. And as far as that, I have confirmed witnesses who cited the new moon on October 23, 2025, which makes October 24, 2025, the first day of Bul, the 8th month. I use a couple different tools to help me know when it's coming. And I'll go on a site online to check the moon phases. It's totally accurate. The way God put things in space, in the skies, to show us what time that they're used for signs and things like that. Scripture tells us. And when the moon is sighted, then we know, we watch for the first sliver, so that we know when the month begins. There are 12 biblical months, and occasionally there's a 13th month. We had that, a year or two ago, I think. The first month is Ha-Aviv, as said in Hebrew, which is also commonly known as Nisan. Exodus 12:2 and Exodus 13:4. In English, Scripture calls it Aviv, which it's spelled A-B-I-B, but pronounced Aviv. Second month, Ziv, or Ziv, Z-I-V, in 1 Kings 6:1, calls it Ziph, not called Lyre as Judaism states, L-Y-Y-A-R, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Third month, Sivan, is found in Esther 8:9. Fourth month, we can't find a name for it in Scripture. Tammuz is commonly used for the name of the fourth month as Judaism states, but Tammuz is a false god, so we can't use that one. Fifth month, no name again. Av is not in the Bible. Av is spelled A-V. This is not the name of the fifth month as Judaism states. Sixth month, Elul is the name of the sixth month. So no doubt there. Elul seems like it is the name of the sixth month by the two verses below. Nehemiah 6:15. So the wall was finished in the 25th day of the month Elul in 52 days. Nehemiah 7:73. So the priests and the Levites and the porters and the singers and some of the people and the Nethinims and all Israel dwelt in their cities. And when the seventh month came, the children of Israel were in their cities. Month 7. Ha-Ethanim. We find this in 1 Kings 8:2, which calls it Ethanim. Tishri is the wrong name as Judaism states. Month 8. Bul, spelled B-U-L. In 1 Kings 6:38. In English, Scripture calls it Bul, B-U-L, not called Shesvan or Mar Shesvan or Hesvan, as Judaism states. Month 9. Chislev, Zechariah 7:1. In English, Scripture calls it Chislu, if I'm saying that right, C-H-I-S-L-E-U, as opposed to Chislev, which is C-H-I-S-L-E-V. 10th month, Teveth, Esther 2:16. In English, Scripture calls it Tebeth. Month 11, Shevet, Zechariah 1:7. Shevet is spelled S-H-E-V-A-T. In English, Scripture calls it Sevet, if I'm saying that right, S-E-B-A-T. 12th month, Adar, Esther 3:7. As I understand, there might be Adar and an Adar 2 or something like that for when we have a 13th month. I'd have to look back in my notes. Because I'm studying this more myself and learning more of it also. Because I know the ways of Elohim are the correct ways. And we have to always be on guard to know his truths. Let's be a Berean, the Bereans checked the Scriptures every day, so they knew what was being taught to them was right. And I invite any of you to check what I'm saying, because I'm not here to be the one who is right. I'm here because I want to share what is right and what I've found to be right. And you can believe what you want, and I can believe what I want. And if I'm wrong, I'm open to people sharing their ideas with me, because I'm after the truth. I don't have ego where, I need to be the big dog or be the one that's right all the time. That's not scriptural. Messiah came as a servant and taught us to be servants. And I don't claim to be anybody. He says, don't be called teacher. And I don't call myself a teacher. I'm just somebody here that wants to share the things I've understood, for the reason that maybe you watching or anyone else might understand it also. And being united in the body of Messiah, Scripture shows us, to speak the same things, to understand the same things. And if we can get together, as the word says, it says, come let us reason together. It doesn't say, come let us argue together. And so when I approach someone that I saw or heard say something wrong or post something wrong, I'll kindly reply possibly and say, have you considered these other passages in Scripture? Or, have you considered this, over here? Because one of the things about Scripture is that Scripture interprets Scripture. So we need to have a full understanding of the entire Word so that we can more rightly divide the word of truth and understand certain verses that we thought meant something different. So it's important to continue diligently in the word of Elohim so that we can renew our mind daily and learn his ways. Thank you so much for watching. May Elohim bless you. May Yeshua guide you every day into his everlasting kingdom.